All right, today we're diving into a blueprint for building, well, a dream team. It's all about this really big shift in thinking, moving away from just keeping people busy, and instead organizing them around their collective strengths to actually get things done, and get them done fast.
Okay, you know the feeling, right? You've done your part of the project, you've hit your deadline, but everything's just stuck. You're waiting on marketing, or maybe it's IT or legal. It is so frustrating. And you know, this points to a much deeper problem. The holdup? It's usually not the people, it's the system they're forced to work in. And that system, it's usually built on this kind of flawed idea of what efficiency even is. On one hand, you've got what's called resource efficiency. This is the old school way, making sure every single person is 100% busy all the time. But agile thinking brings in something way more powerful: flow efficiency. And this isn't about keeping individuals busy at all. It's about how fast the entire team can deliver something valuable. The goal isn't just busyness, it's speed, it's throughput. So, to really get why flow efficiency is such a game changer, we have to talk about the number one thing that gets in its way: the organizational silo. Oh yeah, this is where good people and awesome ideas just get stuck. I mean, take a look at this. It probably looks pretty familiar, right? This is your classic org chart. You group people by what they do, all the engineers in one box, all the marketers in another, and, on the surface, it seems logical. It's easy to manage people that way. But the problem is, when it comes to getting a project done, this structure builds these invisible walls between departments. And these walls, they create some major problems. People, naturally, start caring more about their own department's goals than the project's. The project manager? They end up with all the responsibility, but basically zero authority. And here's the kicker. The work gets chopped up into tiny pieces and handed off from one silo to the next, creating one delay after another. The end result is pretty predictable. The whole thing just grinds to a halt. So, how do we fix this whole mess? Well, it all starts with a fundamental shift in mindset. We've got to move away from that old command and control thinking and embrace something new, something built on trust. And this principle from the Agile Manifesto, it's really the heart of the whole solution. It says you build projects around motivated people, give them the support they need, and then you trust them to get it done. See, it's not about having some perfect, rigid plan. It's about getting the right people in the room and then, and this is the key part, actually trusting them. It's about moving away from micromanagement and creating an environment where a team's natural strengths can really shine. Okay, so once you've got that trust-based mindset, you can actually start building the team. So what are the key ingredients? It really boils down to two main ideas. So, the first ingredient is what we call a generalizing specialist, or you've probably heard the term T-shaped person. Now, this isn't about finding some mythical unicorn who's a world-class expert in 10 different things. No way. It's about building a team with people who have that deep core expertise in one area, but are also totally willing and able to step outside their lane and help their teammates with other stuff. And this T-shape is the perfect way to picture it. That vertical bar, that's your deep, specialized strength, what you're an expert in. And the horizontal bar, that's your broad knowledge, your willingness to collaborate. It's this versatility that cuts down on all those handoffs and gets rid of that classic bottleneck where, oh, only Dave can do that job. All right, the second key ingredient is how you put all these T-shaped people together. You create what's called a cross-functional team. This means you literally bring everyone you need to get the job done. Designers, developers, testers, you name it, and put them into one single dedicated team. This team has all the skills, all the strengths it needs to take an idea all the way from a concept to a finished product without ever having to wait on another department. And the benefits of this? Oh, they are massive. I mean, this directly attacks that silo problem we talked about. Suddenly, dependencies and handoffs are almost gone because all the skills are right there in the room. Knowledge gets shared constantly instead of being lost in a game of telephone between departments. Communication just works. And all of this leads right back to that main goal: delivering real value way, way faster. Now, a team like this can't work under a traditional top-down manager. It just won't fly. It needs a completely different kind of leadership, one that's all about enabling the team's strengths, not just bossing them around and dictating tasks. This is what's known as servant leadership. And honestly, the name kind of says it all. The leader's main job completely flips. They're not a director anymore, they're a facilitator. Their job is to constantly ask, what's getting in my team's way? And then they go out and relentlessly remove those roadblocks, whether it's a tech issue, some bureaucratic red tape, or lack of resources. Basically, they serve the team so the team can focus on serving the customer. And the difference here is just, it's night and day.
Traditional management, right? It relies on power that comes from a title on an org chart. It's about control, it asks how and when. Servant leadership, though, it guides with power that's earned through trust and relationships. It's focused on people. It asks the big questions. What are we trying to do here? And why does it even matter? See, it empowers the team's strengths. It doesn't just manage their to-do list.
Okay, so let's pull this all together. When you combine this new mindset, the right team structure, and this empowering style of leadership, well, the results can be pretty incredible.
So what's the ultimate payoff for organizing around your team's strengths? Well, you get projects done faster, period, because you've killed all those delays between silos. You get way more innovative solutions because you've got all these different skills sparking off each other in real time. And this is a big one. You get way higher team morale because people feel trusted and empowered. Your team gets better at adapting to change, and the entire company's focus shifts away from just tracking who's busy and towards celebrating what the team actually accomplished together.
And that really brings us to the final question for you. Look, this isn't just some high-level theory, it's a practical blueprint. So I want you to think about your own team, your own work. What's the very first step you could take? What is the one silo, that one wall standing between your team and another, that you could start chipping away at this week? What's the one thing you could do to start unlocking your team's true strength?